Hi boys and girls, here's our Go Math assignment for section 2.4, module 2.4. This is for Tuesday, September 22nd. We are going to split this lesson up into 2 days because it's a big lesson. We're going over locating number lines. It's a very important thing we're going to learn in the second grade. And I'm also giving you Education Galaxy assignments to help practice number lines. So I don't want to overwhelm you and give you too much work in one day to where you won't do it. So instead, I'm going to slow down a little bit. We're going to do one part of the section today and one part of the section tomorrow. Okay? All right, so let's start. It says locate number lines on a number line. Okay. All right, let me get my handy dandy pencil. All right, let's read the problem. It says draw points on the number line for the problem. Well, what is the problem? Let's read and find out. Ellie and Alfredo each want to draw points for 28 and 63 on their number lines. What numbers? 28 and the other one was 63. All right. Where should the points be? Draw and label the points. So we are looking for 28. We know 28 is between 20 and 30. We know that these little lines between each mark, these are called tick marks, and each tick mark is 1. It's not always going to be 1, but in this case we know they're counting by ones because if this is 20 and this is 25, if I count each tick mark between 20 to 25, I know that they're counting up by ones. Let's do it together and see. This is 20, this is 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So therefore you are counting by ones each time. Well, if it's 25, let's see where 28 will go. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So this would be 28. So we're going to draw a point here, and then we're going to write the number 28. Okay, now let's find 63. If this is 60, I know 63 is bigger than 60, so it's going to go after 60. So if this is 60, then this is 61, 62, 63. These kinds of number lines are really easy to fill in because there's tick marks that help you. If you look at these kinds of number lines, these don't have any tick marks, so you're going to have to draw those tick marks in there, okay? So don't worry, we're going to do that together. So if this is 0 and this is 100, what I would do is I would count by tens. I would go ahead and draw in all my lines by tens. That way we can have a good estimate on where the numbers would go. So if this is 0, then this would be 10, 20, remember counting by tens, 30, 40, 50, 50 would be right in the middle, 60, 70, 80, 90, and then they already have 100 right there. So we want to draw a point to where 28 and 63 would be. So first let's look at the number 28. I know 28 comes between the number 20 and 30. I know 28 is closer to 30. It's only 2 numbers away from 30. So I would draw the 28 here between the 20 and 30, but closer to the 30. Right? Because if I say 28, 29, 30, it's only 2 numbers away, 2 tick marks away. So it's closer to the 30. If I'm drawing the number 63, I would write 63 between 60 and 70, but I would write it closer to the 60 or closer to the 70. 63 would be closer to the 60. Very good. It's 3 tick marks away from 60. So this would be 63. That's how that would look. All right, let's move on. This number line shows counting by tens. What numbers belong at the point? So you're counting by tens. Well, Ms. Yusuf, this isn't 10, this is 240. You're just adding 10 to that first number each time. So if this is 240, this would be 250, 260. What comes after 60? 70, 270, and then what? 280. Very good, 280. And then if this is 280, this is 290, and then what? 300, right? And then 310, 320, 330, and then 340. Good job. All right, draw and label points for the number 350. So we're going to draw and label points for the number 350 and 500 on this number line. So here you're just writing an estimate. You're just showing me that you know that 350 is closer to 325. So if you write it anywhere here, that's okay. If you write 350 next to the 500s, then I know you don't know what you're doing. 350 is closer to 325. It's not too close to it because that would still probably be 330. This would be 340. I would write 350 right here. Closer to the 325, right? And then, so this is 350. Oops. Here we go. And then this is 500. I wouldn't write 500 here because this is 525. 500 is kind of close to 525. I would write my 500 here. Good job. All right, moving on. So here you're filling in points on the number line. So this is 610. We have to figure out what they're counting by. 610, 620, 630. What do you think they're counting by? They're counting by tens. Good job. 610, 620, 630, 640, 650. Good job. 660, 670, 680. Good job. 690, 700. 710. All right? All right. Draw and label points for 137 and 240 on the number line. So 137, would that be closer to 100 or 300? I think 100 and 100, they have the same 100, so that means they're close to each other. If 100 is here, then 137 would be closer to 100. If this is 300, then 240 would be closer to 300, which would probably be not too close to it, but maybe right there. That's where I would write it. Let me show you this on a real number line. So I have a real number line here with me that I can write on. Oops, excuse me. Okay. And on this number line, I'm going to make it look very close to number 2. So number 2 says the first number on there is 100. And the last number on there is 300. Okay. So if the first number is 100 and then 300, I'm going to count by tens to get to 300. Or actually, yeah, I'll count by tens. So if this is 100, this is 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200, 210, 220, 230, 240, 250, 260, and then so on and so forth. Well, if I do it like that, then 137, if this is 100, then 137 would be right here. And see how that looks the same as yours? It's close to 100. That's what I'm trying to show you. And then 240, well, if this is 300 here, then 240 would be somewhere close to here, somewhere in this area, which is what we wrote. It's closer to 300. That would be 240. Somewhere here in that area. Okay? All right. Let's move on. Write the numbers on the points on the number line. So, we are going to figure out what they're counting by here. So I'm going to look. They're giving us a clue. This is 400. This is 410, 20. What do you think they're counting by? They're counting by tens. Good. So 420. What's going to go here? 430, 440, 450, 460, 470, 480, 490, 500. Right? Yep. Draw and label the points for 220, 258, and 350. That I'm definitely going to need a number line for. So, looking at our handy dandy number line, it says the first number is 200. I'm going to show you the paper in just a second. And then we're going to have to plug in everything else. So if the first number is 200, then we are going to put these in order. Well, number lines go from smaller to larger, right? If this is 200, what's the next greatest number that we need to write? Look here. It's what? It's 220. Good job. So the next number we're going to write is 220. If this is 200, then this is 210. We're going to count my tens. Then this is 220. Very good. So 220 would be right here. It would be really close to 200. 220. So we're going to do that here. We're going to draw that really close. 220. This one would be 210. So 200, 210, 220. Then we're going to look for 258. So if this is 220, this would be 230, right? 240, 250, 260. Oh, hold on, Miss Yusuf, 250. Well, this is 258, so 258 would go somewhere there. So it would still be pretty close to that 200. So 258 would go, well, if this is 220, then this would be 230, 240, 250, 260, and 258 would be right there. 258. And then the next is, if we keep going, then eventually we'd probably get to 300 right here. I would say this would be a good mark to 300. Well, if this is 300, this would be 310, 20, 30, 340, 350, 360, 370. So 370 is the biggest number, so that's going to be the last number in the sequence. All right? Good. Good job. All right. Let's keep going. Excuse me. One of these points is for the number 200. What number might the other points be? Label all the points. So let's watch Mrs. I don't think it's Professor Berger today. I think it's Mrs. Standoff. I think that's what her name is. All right, let's watch the video and see if she can better help us with this.
Joey.
No, Mrs.
Today we're
Sandoval.
learning about lions.
Lions? Oh, I got the best jokes about lions. Okay, so how do you take a lion's temperature?
How?
Very carefully.
Well, okay, Joey, that was pretty funny, but I don't mean the lions like the ones you see in the jungle. I mean lions like number lines.
Oh, I get it.
Let's take a look at the puzzle. One of these points is for the number 520. What numbers might the other points be? And label all the points. Now, Joey, the puzzle doesn't say where to place the 520, so we can place it anywhere in any box. Choose one, any of us.
Okay, let me see. Put it right in that first one. Right
Okay.
there.
Okay, that sounds good to me. 520.
Looks good there.
Right. Now, it's difficult to see what numbers go here in the other boxes. Let's use tick marks to help us figure out the numbers that belong in these boxes. Now, the tick marks have to be evenly spaced. So we'll say that the distance between each tick mark is 520, what must be the number that comes before 520?
510.
510. So remember, we're going by tens. So this is 510, this is 520, this is 530.
540, 550, 560, 570,
I think that's good, Joey. Now let's figure out the other numbers that go in these boxes.
Okay.
Okay, so here we have 540 and 550.
Oh, hey,
Uh-huh.
that's a little tricky.
Well, this point looks like it's right in between these two numbers. So what number is in between 540 and 550?
That is 545.
Good job, Joey. 545.
You got it.
Next, we have this other box, but this one's a bit tricky.
Yeah, that one's even trickier.
This is not right in the middle of 570 and 580.
Yeah.
It's actually closer to 580. Now, let's guess, but we want to do a logical guess. So if 575 is right about here, and that point is very close to 575, what is your logical guess?
Well, I'm just going to say 577.
577 is what I would have said.
Excellent. Great
Ne-
minds think alike,
Mhm.
you know.
Next, we have this other tick mark. Well, this one is right in the middle of 580 and 600. What's right in the middle?
590?
590.
Wow,
You're
that's
doing
a big number.
so well, Joey.
Thank you.
Okay, this one's not too bad. We already said that we're going by tens. So we have 600, and the next tick mark must be...
610.
Well, Joey, you have to remember that we say 610,
Oh,
not
you're
610.
Sorry,
So the-
610.
There you go. Good job. So the last number is 610.
Yeah.
Does that help you understand a little more about number lines?
Oh, totally. Oh, and hey, I've got another joke for you.
Well, okay.
So, why don't lions like fast food?
I'm not sure.
Because it's hard to catch.
Okay, well, join us next time for some more math fun.
I love these jokes.
Okay, very good. All right. And she's right. That's a point that I forgot to mention. When we say the number, I'm really bad about that too. I usually say 330, 340. It's wrong. It's 340, 330. There's no and. But, you know, sometimes when we talk fast, it just comes out that way. But she's right. I'm bad about that. I have to remember to not say and when I'm saying the 3-digit number. All right. One of these points is 200. What numbers might the other points be? Label all the points. So I'm going to make this easy on me, and I'm going to say that 200 is the first number, because then I know all the other points are going to be something bigger than 200. So if 200 is the first number, this would probably be 210, and what would this be if we're counting by tens? 210, this would be 220. Very good, 220. And then let's assume we're counting by tens. 200, 210, 220. Let's say this is 230. This is 240, 250, 260, and then this would be what? 270. Right? Okay, awesome. Number 6. There are points on this number line for the numbers 430, 275, 360, and a mystery number. Mystery number. Underline that because that's going to go somewhere. Label all the points with the numbers. So that's easy. We're just plugging it in. Why is that hot? It's not hot. All right, if this is 100 and this is 200, what goes here? It has to be a number between 100 and 200, right? is this 400 between 100 and 200? 400 is after. That's not it. Is 275 between 100 and 200? 275 is bigger than 200. Is 360? So this must be our mystery number. So if this is 100 and this is 200 and this is right in the middle, what number comes right in between 100 and 200? $150 would be a nice middle ground because 50 is always in the middle, right? So, or 5 is in the middle, or 500, or whatever, 5,000 would always be in the middle. So if 100 is the first number, the middle number would be 150, and then we'd get 200. And then let's assume we're counting by 50s, okay? 100, 150, 200, 250. Very good. So this would be 250. And then what goes between 250 and 300? 275. Very good. 275 is larger or greater than 250, but it's smaller than 300. So we've used that number. We used the mystery number. Mystery number was 150. And then we have 300. This is 350 because we're counting by 50s. This is 350. What number would be close to 350 but smaller, so bigger than 350 but smaller than 400? Is 430 smaller than 400? 430 is bigger. Is 360 smaller than 400? Yes. Is it bigger than 350? Yes. So our answer is 360, 350, 360. And then this would be 400, 450. Well, what number do we have last? 430. And 430, I know that's the answer because 430 is larger or greater than 400, but it's also less than or smaller than 450. So 430 would go there. There you go. That's exactly how it would look. Alright guys, so today what I expect you to do is on your own, you will just do 3 problems and you're going to turn it into the classroom, okay? 7, 8, and 9. You're going to do that by yourself. Do not work on the yellow page yet. Do not do the yellow page today. We will do, it's too much, okay? Because you still have Education Galaxy to do. So we are going to do this yellow page tomorrow. I'll do a video of teaching the yellow page, okay? And then you guys will do the back by yourselves and turn that into me tomorrow, not today, okay, on tomorrow, okay? So right now all I want you to do is 7, 8, 9, take a picture and turn it in, okay? Have fun learning math. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm online. Bye.